Sarul Pushpam and welcome to Sitecore Shades. So today I am going to show you how to install the Sitecore instance using Docker. Actually, recently I have purchased a new laptop and now I'm planning to install a Sitecore instance in my local, but I was really worried about installing all the softwares because I need a Visual Studio for my development, and then I need SQL Server and then IAS. So it's my very first time I'm going to install everything in my machine because it's my new personal laptop. So I'm really excited to do that. At the same time, I'm really worried because each and every software I have to install in my machine, then only I can run this Sitecore instance. And then something crashed in my mind. That is Docker. I have written some blogs about Docker, and I know we can run the Sitecore instance using Docker, and we don't need any softwares to install in our machine. That is the core point in the Docker, right? So I'm going to try that now. And let's see. I'm not sure what are the errors I'm going to face, and I'm really excited with all the softwares. But this time, I'm going to try in Windows 11. At the same time, no software is installed here. So I would show you. I have only the Visual Studio installed in my machine, and if you check the IIS, it's not installed, and we need a SQL server, right? SSMS, and this is also not available in my machine. And yeah, let's see. Mainly, if you go with the on-premise method, we need IAS and SSMS for installing the Sitecore instance. Those two softwares is not available in my machine, so let's see. For start that, I'm going to refer the Sitecore documentation. I will add this link URL in the description. And if we take this, first we need to set up our machine. So set up the environment and start from here. So first we need a prerequisites. So first one here they mentioned the Windows 10, but my case I'm going to use the Windows 11. And the next point is enable Hyper-V. And let's see. I think it's not enabled in my machine because it's a new machine. I'm just going to this site, and then um, yeah, here we can find how we can enable that Hyper-V. Going to control panel and then Hyper-V. So uninstall a program and then turn Windows feature on or off. Here we can find, yeah, it's not enabled in my machine, so I'm going to enable that, and then okay. I did my PC. So let's restart my PC and then continue our steps. So just now I restarted my machine, and now I'm going to check the Hyper-V in the control panel. Control panel, then here, and yeah, now we can see it's enabled and all the required files are installed when I did the soft all the required files are installed when I did the system restart. And this step is done. And if you see here, there are two steps required. The first one already is installed in my machine, next one we just now be installed, and the next one is hardware guidelines. For the hardware section, we need a 64-bit processor. For the hardware guidelines, we need a 64-bit processor. And let me show my configuration. This PC and then properties, and here we can find it's the 64-bit. Yeah, then the next step is 16 GB RAM is the minimum, and 32 GB is the recommended one, and higher CPU everything. And we need a 25 GB free disk space for Sitecore container images. So let me show my computer configuration. Currently I'm using the 32 GB RAM, and my processor is 64-bit. Yeah, that also fine. And then we need a 25 GB free disk. So let's go to the PC, and here I have 40 GB free. So everything is cool, and now we are good to go to the next step. Next step is the installs Docker. So download, and yeah, I'm just going to click here, and it's downloading the software. Click, then it's loading. Give a yes. So the first step is, so it's installing. Okay. It's asking this configuration. Let's give okay, and it's unpacking the files. So installation is started. Let's wait for a moment. It's done, and I'm going to restart my machine. Actually, I don't think it's more painful than installing each and every software for Sitecore setup. So let's do that, and now I can see the Docker pop-up is coming, and let's give accept, and it's loading. So finally Docker is start to work on in my machine, and now I could see the error. Let's ignore this, cancel, and it's showing fail to start. So let's check here, and then right click, and I'm going to switch to Windows container, because in the Docker, once we installed, it automatically take the Linux OS, but my case I'm using the Windows, so I'm going to switch that, and then switch, and let's see, it's loading now. Yeah, it started. I could see run a sample container message. So finally, the Docker is installed successfully, and now we are good to go to the next step. So finally, Docker is installed, and we can go to our next step. Go here, and this section. After the Docker desktop, we can go to that Windows container that we already done, and next one is verify the installation. Run the Docker version. Run the Docker version from a command prompt. So let's go to the command prompt CMD, and let's run that command. Okay. Specified cloud integration experimental true. So definitely something is wrong here, because here they are saying the client and then server everything is showing, but why we are facing this error? Yeah, okay. Let me try to resolve that. So I don't think it's the biggest issue, but anyways, we will continue our steps. In case if we face any errors in the future steps, then again we will come to this point and we'll try to resolve that. Anyways, I'm not going to write any code for set up this Sitecore instance. Already, Sitecore is providing some kind of GitHub solution for start the development in the Docker. So I'm going to use that. So for that, we have to follow the Sitecore official documentation, and I'm just here. Mm, and yeah, let's start from the prerequisites here. Before install the template and creating solution, first we need to install the SDK file, and then .NET framework, and Docker for Windows, and then PowerShell. So this step we already completed, and Visual Studio 29. I have Visual Studio 2022. So anyways, let's see. So I'm going to focus on this first one, second one, and the last one. I think PowerShell is already installed in my machine. Let's check that. Yeah, PowerShell is here. So I have to install only first two steps. So let me install the first one, and it's the .NET Core and then .NET Framework. Okay, .NET Core 3.1, and I need a SDK 64-bit, and yeah, here. let's download it. And the same for .NET framework also. Mm, I need a build up developer pack. Yeah, yeah. Let's wait. .NET framework and a .NET SDK, and .NET framework is done, and .NET core also done. So the next step is install the template. That's our next step. So for that, we have to open the PowerShell in the admin mode. Let me open it as administrator. Yes, and then copy, then paste, enter. Okay, I hope it's running. And it's showing template could not be installed. The package does not exist. Okay. Mhm. Just now I just installed all the .NET. So just now I installed the .NET framework and .NET SDK. I think I have to restart the machine because because just now I installed the .NET Core and .NET Framework. So let's try that. I started my machine, and I just opened the PowerShell in the admin mode, and then I ran the same command. Now it's completed. So the reason is we have installed the .NET Core and the .NET Framework, but we didn't restart the machine. So some of the files might not refreshed and connected with PowerShell commands. So now everything is updated after restarting my machine. It's working as expected. We are good to go to the next step. Create my first project. So we install the template first, and then now we can start to create our project. So again we have to open the PowerShell. Already I opened in admin mode, and then we have to check if the ports are already, if the port are already used by process. In case if you are using SSMS or IAS in your local machine, some of the sites or some of the services may use the same port number, but in the Docker Sitecore instance definitely we need this mentioned port. So for checking that, we can directly copy and run it here. And in case if it's used by any of the service, then it will list out here. My case it's not used by any of the services, so I'm good to go. If it's showing any list in your machine, then definitely you have to um, remove that services or process on that port number. And in case if you are using IAS, definitely in your machine you have IAS, you have to stop that. um, but my case IAS is not there. The next step is the same way. The 443, first we have checked the 443 port number, and now we have to check this 8984. And in case as I already mentioned, if these ports, if this port 8984 or 443 used by any of the service, you can directly use this command for stop the services. Is we can create a new folder and clone our solution, Sitecore solution, on that folder and start to do the setup. So just copy that. I think before that I have to create a new folder in my machine to maintain these files. Already have a Sitecore file, and let me create a new folder, and it's given name. It's SC Docker, right? So SC Docker, and then enter, and then copy, and let's see the command. So this is my command. So copy this, and I hope we can run it in the PowerShell. But definitely I need to say change the repository. So Control C, and then CD Control V, and now we can run the command and paste it here. So it's showing cannot execute because specified command file was not found. Okay. .NET. Okay. Mm, let's change this syntax. That also not working. But the last time I used a different command for this section. So let me recheck that. I think there is some issue in STK file, but I am not sure. I don't like to distract my installation on the steps. I know already Sitecore is uploaded the files in the GitHub, so I'm going to download that and I'm going to continue my work on it. So let's download this one, and for download that and yeah, let's use it. Cut, and then this PC, and let me go to my folder, then paste and extract all, and let's delete it. Uh, so we can directly use this one. So what's our next step? This project folder. Okay. Let's give the folder name this one. F2, and okay. So next we can run this command. Before that, we have to set our directory in PowerShell. CD and copy it and paste it here. And anyways, I need a license file and password. Let's give your password here, and then we have to mention our license path also. I have placed my license in my Windows C, and then license and license.xml. And let me change the path here. And okay, I think the easy step is just to copy the command and paste in the notepad, and then we can do the changes. Copy and then notepad, paste here, and admin password I'm going to use same B, and the license path is C, and yeah. Okay, the folder name is license. Okay, I hope it's correct. So let's run it in PowerShell. Oh, first error. File C Docker file cannot be loaded. The file current system for more information running. Okay, I need to enable this policy and setting execution policy. Okay, actually already I have faced this error, so I could easily find the solution. And let's go here, and we need to run one command. That's it. Let's find the correct command. It's not this one. Okay, yeah, this one. Control C. Yes, and then run it again. Yeah. Um. Now it's asking. Um. Do you like to give run once or don't run or suspend? I like to give run once. So or, and parameter cannot be that matches. Okay. Okay. Um. I think I gave it wrong. Um, so finally I found the issue in the command. Actually I have downloaded that files from the GitHub, right? So I have to use the proper commands. So here I just um, So here I just did some updates in my commands and now it's working. So the exact issue is we don't need to use this keyword, this init environment keyword for this GitHub solution. So and then I just ran it and I gave the or and it start to run that, and now it's asking about NuGet package. Let me give yes. Yeah, let's wait. So it's installing all the required packages. So now it's running all the required packages and I could see it's installing Sitecore Docker tools, and then now I could see it's trying to install the certificate for our site. So let's wait. Actually, for this series, this video, I'm not going to talk about the technical terms. My intention is just to install the Sitecore using Docker. That's it. So after my next, you can expect some technical video after this one, and yeah, I'm really excited to set up this Sitecore instance using Docker. Um, while installing the Sitecore, it's asking my permission to installing my certificates. Let's give yes. Yeah. So the process is done, and we can go to our next step. So here I could see it's downloaded some of the certificates for my local development, and these things we will cover later. So let's go to the next step, and so our next command is Docker compose up and hyphen d. So it will automatically download the okay. Definitely we have to resolve this issue. Then only it will download all the record image for our instance setup. So let me resolve this issue first. So the issue is related with the version. I'm using the Windows 11, and I could thankfully someone already posted this question in Stack Overflow. I just used that, and if you see here, I'm facing the same issue, and somebody says that we need to use the different version of Docker. Actually currently I'm using the version 4.11. I hope that's the latest version. Sorry if I'm wrong. And so I'm going to downgrade my Docker, and then I like to check that. I just did the downgrade in my Docker. I just uninstalled the existing Docker one, and then I have downloaded the new Docker using this link. It's a 4.4 1.4 version. I just installed that and restarted my machine, everything. So now I'm going to check the Docker, is it working or not. So let me open the Docker first, and run as administrator, and then yes. I hope it's loading. Yeah. Mm, close, and let me check. I okay, currently it's in the Windows container. In case if you are seeing the um, message like switch to Windows container, then please do that. I already did that, so it's not showing. And now the Docker is working with my Windows container. Let's wait until it's loaded, and then we can directly check in our command prompt. Let's open the command prompt in administrator mode, and pen, give a command Docker version. Oh yeah, it's loaded now. So successfully I resolved my Docker issue, and now we can go to our next step. Here, the next samples and my project, and copy, and then PowerShell, run as administrator, and then cd. Okay, and now I can run the Docker compose up -d. Yeah, it start to pulling all the images from the Docker repository. So anyways, definitely it will take around 30 to 45 minutes to complete, and I have to wait for that. Meantime, we will grab some coffee, and let's reconnect once it's done. Completed the So finally, I have completed the Docker compose up hyphen d command. Actually, I was really worried because I got infinite state of commands in my PowerShell script. Initially, when I ran the Docker compose up hyphen d, the screen was full, and I thought the same command is running infinitely. So and then I have checked some of the solutions in the Google, and I didn't get anything, and some of my colleagues said I'm using Windows 11 version, so they might not build a new image for this Windows 11. So I really worried. Just like to give a try. Anyways, if it's infinite, it may end in some point, right? So I just give a try. All the images are pulled from the repository. So again, I just run the docker compose up hyphen d command, and now you can see the output here. Everything is healthy. So now you can see all the images are healthy, and now we are good to go, and I'm really happy because I didn't expect this kind of output. I thought I may struggle a lot to run a Sitecore instance in my local, but it's really easy. Mm, uh, let's check the Sitecore backend. That's my first work, right? Actually, I don't remember that Sitecore instance name. Anyway, we can easily check in our configuration file. So let's go to your folder and then open this file, and here we can find our Sitecore instance name. Yeah, this one. Um, so you might noticed when we ran that certificate command, it's automatically created the certificate for this host entry. So just copy that and then go to your browser and then https. Okay. Wow, great. I'm really happy to see this screen, and let's check the backend now. Secure dash login. Okay. Usually, username is admin and password is B. Okay. The password is not working. Let me check the password in this file. Password. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Copy that and paste it here, and then log in. Wow. I'm really happy to see this screen. I didn't expect this kind of output this much of easier way. And yeah, let's check the desktop, and let's check the content editor. Um, so let's click on the desktop. Let's click on the desktop and then check content editor. Yeah, it's loading. Yeah, okay. So everything is good. So finally, I loaded my Sitecore instance using Docker, and my next video about the technical terms, because this video I just concentrate on installing the Sitecore instance. I didn't give any overview or any technical terms or definitions here. So about Docker terminologies and technical terms. So let's learn more about the Docker terminology from my next videos. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.